So now we're going to start working on the positive approach to care. So how we get information into our brain, what we see, what we hear, smell, taste, and feel, all these senses are very much affected with dementia. Vision, big changes. You know, I had you all, well, I told you all about binocular, but I want everybody to put their hands like this and see what it's like. You too, Dave. What it's like to see the world like this. Now, with Dave, all right, if he has Alzheimer's, you're going to be my dementia patient, all right? And I don't have skills, okay? I used to work at Subway, and now I'm working in long-term care, or I'm working in memory. And I haven't been trained at all, and it's time for Dave to get a bath, okay? And Dave's lost his frontal lobe, all right? So if he sees something he likes it, and I might want to touch it. So if I come up to him, Dave, it's time to have a bath. What are you looking at?
Boobs.
Okay. How many people caring for their loved one with dementia have been touched? Yeah. So, now, in my world, there's no such thing as sexual harassment, okay? I need to have skills before I work with Dave because I just put these in front of him. And if I'm turned around, and this is in his binocular vision, he might just want to, okay? And that's happened. It's happened to me. I've been touched before I, had the skills. And I've had CNAs tell me that my person living with dementia is a dirty old man. Well, you know what? I better get some skills, okay? So what I might want to do with Dave, and this is called the positive approach to care, okay? I want to make sure he sees me. I'm going to put my hand up like this. I'm not going to wave at him. I'm going to do this. Hey, Dave. Hi, it's Luanne.
Hi, Luanne.
Hey, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine.
Oh, good. Now, this is a simple handshake, all right? But I'm just going to turn it down where my hand is on the bottom and the person living with dementia is on the top, okay? Now, you see, he let me get into his personal space. He would have anyway because he likes ladies, but not everybody's going to let you in their personal space. Okay, and now I'm going to get down to where he can see me, and I'm going to have a smile on my face because people living with dementia, they're getting all of their input by what they see and not what they hear. So if I've had a bad day and I don't have a smile on my face, he's going to pick up on that. I'm going to get a lot more done, you're shaking your head, if I have a smile on my face. Hey, you know what, Dave? I've got some rock and roll music going in the shower. What's your favorite rock and roll band?
Beach Boys.
Beach Boys. Well, it's in the shower. So this is your day,
You
okay?
going with me?
I'm going with you, all right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take Dave and I'm going to walk with him, okay? Because he's a little unstable, all right? So I still have my hand under hand. Now, if you notice, I have a lot of flexibility with this hand under hand, okay? And I'm going to walk with Dave. And be careful, don't knock over the...
Sure.
And I'm going to sit him down over here because he's still going to be my dementia patient, okay? All right, and I can help him sit down by doing this too. Thank you, Dave.
Thank you.
I'm going to get those warm blankets or towels.
You're going to stay with me today?
I'm going to stay with you today. I'm going to get you all fixed up. You're going to be so handsome.
Like you?
Exactly. So I've got towels on him right now, okay? I've got his private parts covered. And sometimes he can bathe himself and sometimes he can't. So today he needs a little assistance. I can get that washcloth and I can bathe him like this, and he feels like I'm doing something with him instead of something to him. But I could also say, hey, Dave. And he may clean his own private parts himself, by me doing this. Yeah. All right.
All right.
Yeah. Good job.
We're partners.
You're partners, absolutely. Now, let's say that Dave mentioned earlier about a little lady that can't feed herself, okay? I don't want to feed Dave like this. He's a grown man. I need to treat him with dignity and respect. What I do want to do is I'm going to sit next to him, and here's the plate, and pretend I have a fork here, and I'm going to sit down. Thank you.
I'm in trouble.
And I can do this, okay? And what might happen is I may be able to get him to start feeding himself, okay? Because that motor memory might just kick in. But in the beginning, he may need a little bit of help with feeding. And you know what? He feels like I'm connected to him and I care. And I'm having a relationship with him. It's a connection. It's a partnership.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. Okay, thank you, Dave.
So you're continuing, I love this, so you're continuing to hold his hand while you're doing all the tasks.
Yes.
I love that.
So the hand under hand.
Yeah. I love
See, I have so much flexibility. You see, I can do all kinds of stuff. And I can say to her, nonverbal, okay, because she's missing every fourth word, I could go like, and she. So some of that nonverbal, we talk too much as caregivers. We talk way too much information. You know, I always tell caregivers, do not take your loved one to Buc-ee's if it's time to go to the bathroom, because that's too much stuff going on. Don't take them. Don't take them to Walmart either.
Or Chuck E. Cheese.
There you go. Oh, that's a lot. Yeah, too much stimulation, too much stuff in the environment, and too easy to get lost. Way too easy to get lost. So, but you know, if you are with somebody in a store, you can do that hand under hand instead of walking them like this. You know, slow down, work with them. Hey, let's take a look at this. Isn't that neat? Do you like that? Do you like that tie?
Yes.
I think that would look good on you.
Ties don't look good on me.
Oh, okay. Well, what would look good?
A new shirt.
A new shirt. Okay. Now, the other thing that a lot of people living with dementia never get a compliment. And I could tell you, I office over here, and so I get to see Day Club on Thursdays. And a couple of my little ladies, I'll tell them how pretty they look, and they just shine. That compliment is so important. You know, to be recognized, you know, that I'm an important person and I still look good. You know, because there's so much loss that they're experiencing. They may not be able to tell you about their loss, but they're experiencing so much loss. And that compliment, you can get you're one handsome dude.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I tell my wife that every time I see her, all the time, that she's the most beautiful lady that I know.
Does she smile?
Yes, she smiles, she shines.
She shines.
She shines.
She shines.
She shines.
Thank you, Dave. Here, I'll walk you to your.
And after 21 years, she's still my bride.
She is your bride, and you're an awesome. I was going to walk you around this way.
Okay.
Okay. So another thing that I could do with Dave, I could take this hand and make him a little more stable and walk like this. But I think you'd be better off. Are you more comfortable walking like this? Yep. Okay.
Dude like Tim Conway.
I love him. So then I'm going to turn him around so he can sit down. So, all right, you ready? Okay, bend those knees. There you go. All right.
Plop, plop.
Thank you. All right, so like I said, visual data, most important sensory. People with dementia pay more attention to what they see than what they hear. Make a note. No touching until you've done a visual verbal. You don't want to do to someone. If somebody feels like you're doing something to them instead of something with them, you're going to get whacked, you're going to get a behavior. And remember, dementia robs you of skill before it robs you of strength. My little lady that's on hospice right now who's biting, and I truly think that if that caregiver did the positive approach to care, slow, real slow, like what I'd want to do if you were at the late stages, I might want to touch your leg first, okay? And rub his knee, rub that joint. It's comforting. and slowly approach. If they're in the late stages and their amygdala, they're in survival mode, they're going to strike at you. So I want to approach real, real slow. It's all in the approach.
Yep.
Okay. Use the hand under hand to support. There's a lot, this is evidence-based. There's a lot of research on this. When words don't work well, try the hand under hand. It establishes nerve pathways, allows the person to feel in control. It connects you to the person. It allows you to do with instead of to. I didn't finish that part. Gives you advance notice of possible problems. Connects eye and hand skills. And it says to use the dominant side, which most people are right-handed, and you can definitely do this on the left hand as well, okay? One thing that's really interesting is back in the day, and I've got a couple of clients that were left-handed who were forced to be used the right hand, and as the disease progressed, they start going back to their left hand. This little lady actually spoke German until she was 19 and moved here to the United States, so now she's speaking German and eating with her left hand. Language, you can see this part of the brain, this is huge. Auditory data, what we often do as care partners, we talk too much. And again, the person with dementia is focused on how we look visually and not processing the content. Preserved abilities, long-term memories, confabulation, emotion memories, motor memories, can't focus enough on those. Music being such a huge intervention for people living with dementia. I have a little lady right now, her husband's convinced that she's spending all their money. She's not, but he believes he is, she is. And I mean, he can just get on her and get on her. And as she puts it, I'm at my last nerve with him. So I said, what kind of music does he like? Smokey Robinson. So she has Smokey Robinson in the car, and when he's going after her, she turns the music on, and next thing you know, he's singing. So she redirected, distracted him. It works. That's me on the unicycle. And like I said, those people who love me, if I get dementia, please bring my unicycle. Music in the brain. Alzheimer's patients can recall and sing songs long after they've stopped recognizing names and faces. There is a growing evidence that listening to music can help stimulate seemingly lost memories and even help restore some cognitive function. So this is huge. Hearing, like I said, not that big of a deal as far as the dementia causing hearing loss. That could be an age-related thing. Autonomic speech, rhythm, curse words, those are preserved. So those words that we learned that were forbidden words now, my amygdala's gone off. I can't find the word, but here in this part of my brain, I know cuss words. And I'm going to cuss like a sailor. And I'm a Christian woman. I've never cussed, but now I'm cussing. I have a need, and you need to find out what that need is. Somebody cussing like that, we have to figure out what's going on. Is it pain? Do they feel lonely? Have we connected with them that day? Have we done an activity? Automatic speech. This is really interesting, where anybody living with dementia that y'all have cared for, where they talk incessantly and they're making no sense. Okay, that's the right side of the brain, which is that chit chat. Okay, I know how a conversation goes. It goes like this, but all of a sudden I'm saying the circumference of the world and the diameter between Tyler and Longview is the same. Okay, I have that rhythm, but I'm not making any sense. And so when you have somebody that has that automatic speech, you just go, wow, thank you for sharing. Oops. Emotional communication, be sure and validate. I can't tell you, saying I'm sorry really helps. If somebody is showing an emotion and they're upset, it's okay to ask them, say, you know, you look really upset. What's going on? Validate, you know, it sounds like you're really angry. And they may be able to tell you, they may be able to come up with a few words where you have an idea of what's going on. Reflect their emotion. Be sure and name that emotion. If they tell you what it is, say, oh, I understand. You're really upset. Oh, you're upset with the caregiver. Oh, I'm really sorry that happened. I'll see what I can do about that. Supportive communication, and this would be in memory care, always offer your name. Pick out something where you have a shared background that's part of that life story. And always give them a positive comment. You look great in that. That color looks good on you. Keep it simple. It's about time for, let's go this way. You know, something else that really works is asking somebody for a favor. Boy, I sure could use your help. Can you come help me? I really need some help. Most of the time, people want to feel needed. They want to feel like they have a purpose in life. And if you can ask them to come help you do something, whether it's folding towels, putting silverware in the silverware drawer, you know, give them something to do so they still feel like they have some worth and value. 5 ways to say I'm sorry. This really works. I'm sorry, I was trying to help. I'm sorry I made you feel. Name that emotion. I'm sorry that happened. Try to understand their perspective. And I'm sorry, this is hard. I understand. You know, it's really no different than us having a healthy brain. You ever been really upset with somebody, but when they apologize to you, all of a sudden that anger went away because you feel validated? I'm sorry, I hurt your feelings. I'm sorry I made you feel that way. They're no different. They're a human being that's in brain failure. And they may not be able to express that they're still important, but they still are. For all communication, if it's not working, stop, back off, think it through, then reapproach. Can always try something different. What worked today may not work tomorrow, but get creative. So I did a presentation last week in Longview for the Alzheimer's Alliance in Gray County, and I thought this lady had a great idea, so I'm going to share it with you. Right now, her husband thinks she's stealing his wallet, okay? And he's misplacing the wallet, but he's accusing her of stealing it. So she's going through trying to find his wallet. So there's a little chip that you can get at Amazon, and she's put it in his wallet, and she can download that app on her phone. So when he's accusing her of stealing that wallet, she can hit her phone, and she's like, oh, it's over here in the plant, you know? Like, here it is, sweetie. Dan, good idea. His wife didn't remember she took her pain medication, so Dan got some sugar pills at the pharmacy, and when she was having a fit about, I need my pain medication, he validated and gave her a sugar pill. Is that okay? Yes, that's okay. We're not hurting, we're not abusing, we're not neglecting. It's okay to do that. Okay, so.
And you can get them for diabetics.
You can get them for diabetics? Not a sugar pill, just a plain pill. So offer empathy, go with the flow. We do not do reality orientation with this disease. Do not do it. We step into their world. In your handouts, there's tips for caregivers, and it's tips on communicating, which is the do's and don'ts. You don't want to argue. You don't want to confront. You don't want to reason. Now, you've been married 47 years. That was hard to do, right? You don't want to, it's hard to do.
Yeah.
It's hard to do for human beings to sit back and go, you know, my loved one is really confused and I'm not going to argue, I'm not going to confront. That is hard, hard, hard to do. So that's got some tips in there. Now, I also have no telling lies, but I say therapeutic lies. Now, if I'm putting myself into that person's reality, is it even a therapeutic lie? It's stepping into their world, so I don't know. I have this conversation all the time with other workers. Therapeutic lie, reality. No, we don't do reality orientation, but sometimes we may have to do a therapeutic lie in order to keep them safe. And so we have to really, now if you get caught in a therapeutic lie, you always say, I'm sorry, I misunderstood. Okay?
In other words, you lie some more.
Well, you know what? Your goal Your goal is for that person to have the best day
Yes,
they can.
absolutely.
So you take the blame.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, absolutely. Okay, so that is the end of the presentation. Thank you.